Hello, hey, it's BG, and we're doing our cars and coffee for the week. Unfortunately, we had to wait until Wednesday to get this far. Lots going on. None of it is bench stuff, unfortunately, but we finally got there in the end, right? That's what counts. So we're going to be talking about the MPC Chevy Blazer pickup. This is the rescue version. It's the Snap It kit, and there's a lot you can do with that. If you just have parts box stuff you want to throw at something, probably even be a good 48-hour group build idea. So keep that in your hat. But yeah, we had fun doing this thing. It was done for a project, model car club I used to be part of back in the day. They would do monthly themes, and once in a while I would participate in a monthly theme if I wasn't already in a group build or under a deadline for a group build. I think you guys know that I was pretty serious about my group builds back then. But yeah, we'll show you that here in a second. But first, we want to say thank you to everybody who has been very, very patient, because we finally got in our shop cards. We'll be sending these out here today. So for the folks that have been waiting patiently, thank you for your patience. I'm not sure what's going on there. We had an order placed. It was not coming through. Canceled the order, placed the order again. They showed up. Like, it was supposed to be like, I don't know, a 10-day shipping thing, and it came in 4. Anyway, that all aside, we're going to show you that Blazer kit here in just a second. Ta-da! So here we go, the MPC Snap It kit. This is the Rescue Blazer. We built this many, many years ago for a model club that we were part of back then. They had the monthly theme was rescue vehicles. I had this in the stash. It was the only thing I had that had lights on it, so I went ahead and I grabbed this one out of there and built it up. I had bought it on eBay. I remember buying it on eBay, and I got it for super cheap, and I couldn't figure out why it was super cheap. And then when I got the kit, I started going through it. I figured, oh, it's missing a part or two, whatever. No, up here in the front, behind the front bumper, the little valance that's in there was actually a short shot, and it didn't go all the way across. And it was obviously a short shot because it had the rounded edges, like the plastic hadn't fully molded into that area there. So I think somebody was just dumping it on eBay. So I picked it up, I got it, and I was like, dude, I could fix that. So I just layered in chunks of scrap styrene, cemented it all in place, came back, filed, sanded it down. I was very proud of the work I did. And then I hit it all with the bumper. But this is covered in Tamiya Pearl White. I really like the Pearl White finish on this guy here. It kind of has like as you can see, kind of like a reflective quality to it. Not just shiny, but sort of like a glow to it. And then the way the decals are being picked up on here are pretty awesome also. Now, this is one of the very earliest kits I ever started messing around with creating decals for. All this stuff here, emergency equipped, the stripe, the 25, all stuff, that's all from the actual kit. But where it says Surf Rescue, I actually did that on a rudimentary app that I have on I had on my phone back then, but I don't have anymore. Different phone now. But I was able to match the font of the text and coloring sort of to the truck itself. I did have to do several test prints to get the hue of the color correct, but we matched it almost perfectly. And I'm very proud of that. This is another one of those reasons why I kept this around for so long, was just because I was so proud of this right here. And then because, of course, we're doing a surf rescue vehicle, we had to have some surfboards up there, so I painted those camel yellow, I think they are. These were the surfboards that came with the garbage truck, the Tom Daniel garbage truck. I went and used, I think I made my own wooden ones for that one. And then I just kept these in the stash. So I toss those on top there, and we're going to rotate this a little bit. I have it stick down because these hard plastic tires do not stay on the mirrored surface here. But as you can see, we printed our own labels there, and they're not surviving as well as the ones on the side are for some reason. I'm not sure what's going on there. But yeah, and then I used pieces of Johnson & Johnson's surgical tape, and then colored that with a Sharpie. You can see how it's fading there. I colored that with an orange Sharpie, and then attached those to the top of the vehicle. And I made I did my best with making a little roof rack thing here. I hadn't perfected that skill yet. And then the planks that you see on there, those are actually like the stake sides from some other pickup truck kit that was, I think I had parts in the stash. So I threw those down on there, glued them down, painted them up, made them look like wood, and then tossed the surfboards on there and then put tie down straps on those. I thought that looked pretty cool. The interior is, I think, dark yellow, to me, a dark yellow, just spray painted and slapped together. I did cut off the top of the antenna because the antenna post here looked like it was a lance from the olden days, from King Arthur time. And so I just used a piece of wire, drilled a hole, fit that in there, painted up the top of the spring bit there, and then folded it in. Just to give them some sort of communications array. And then, if I remember correctly, this was a part out of the parts box. Also, I just drilled a hole and stuck the spotlight in there. I know I should have probably stuck it up here on the A pillar, but I did it down there. And then it was actually kind of a fun thing to build. We're having some trouble with the decals. I was when I was putting them on here. I remember having some troubles with the decals, so I didn't have any types of paint that I could mix up to, I didn't have any paint mixing skills then, I should say, to try and blend in with the decal where some of the, it's kind of chipped away here and there. I just left it. Let's see, we did the old Sharpie trick on the side markers there. And it was difficult getting this decal on here because it was like all one piece almost, if I remember correctly. And then it had this little cutout for the keyhole. I was like, oh, that's awesome. As a matter of, I think actually it came from the hockey stick all the way back was one piece, and then the hood was one piece. So getting it all lined up was a little bit of a problem. And you can see it's not 100% straight. It's got a little bit of an angle to it, but you know, it is what it is. In the back, I had a lot of fun in the back here, and unfortunately, we can't really get a good view of that because it's kind of buried in there. But we had some stuff left over from our Blue Bandito kit. So it comes with some really cool surf stuff. So we had oxygen tanks, we had this duffel bag thing back here, we had a emergency gas can from some other kit, and then some diving equipment down there in the back. And I apologize, we're not able to get light on this subject better. Yeah, it's a little bit of a peak there. Maybe if you can come through the window. Coming through the window. There we go. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff down inside there that was from other kits that we just sort of scraped together and stuck in there. Swim fins, there's a harpoon gun back there attached to the back of the seat. I thought that would be kind of fun to do all that. I sort of wish this was one of those Blazers where you could just take the top off and leave it off, but and we'd have that, you know, and then just the surfboard sticking out the back. But hey, it is what it is. We had a lot of fun making this guy, and it does have a nice proud display shelf in the curio cabinet in the living room, so I'm happy about that. But yeah, this turned out pretty well for what it was and what I had to deal with, and the fact I probably built this in about a week. So there we go. Underside, I hear you asking, what's it look like underneath? Well, let's take a look here. Very basic, little bit of weathering. You'd figure something that was driving on the beaches, I imagine probably off California coast, would have a bit more sand and stuff all around it. I hadn't gotten into weathering that much yet. I was still in my infancy for that. But yeah, this was a lot of fun to do. I mean, I think I did do a little weathering on the tires, but that was it. We did have a lot of fun doing this guy. It's a very simple kit to build, so you can spend more time on the accessories if you choose to. But there you go. So that's it. Thank you all for tuning in once again, and we'll talk to y'all a little bit later in the week. Have a good one. Bye now.